Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a full face of Huda Beauty makeup look, and this is the look as you guessed. So let's get started. Okay, so I have already prepped my face with my skincare and my primer, and I am now going to apply my base. So I have Huda Beauty's 4 Filter Foundation, but this shade is too dark for me right now. I bought this last year and I was quite tan last year, and because the shade doesn't match me, I'm not going to use this. And I also don't feel like I like it anymore because it's so heavy. It's super full coverage. So if you have a lot of blemishes to cover, this is really good for you. Since I don't have a lot to cover, like if you saw my video this week where I didn't use any foundation, I feel like I can do the same thing today, but just for the sake of the video's title, you can use the Huda Beauty 4 Filter. I am just not a huge fan of this foundation because it's so heavy for me and it's really heavily scented. Now, one product I really love from Huda Beauty is their Overachiever concealer. You can see how much I've used this. Like, most of the print is gone. The shade I use is Toasted Almond, and this is a beautiful concealer. I love this concealer so much. I will definitely repurchase this one. If you had to buy one product from Huda Beauty's entire range, if you could only buy one, I would definitely recommend you to go for the concealer because this is just phenomenal. Like, I've used so many concealers, but nothing beats this one. You don't even have to color correct your under eyes, you just have to apply it directly. And first I like to blend it with my finger. Even that much is a lot. And then I just conceal other blemishes that I have. Now I'm going to go with my AOA Wonder Blender. You can use a beauty blender, any kind of sponge, and blend it. And you can see that from just that little bit I can cover this entire area. It's like crazy coverage. Now you can see my forehead is a little bit tan, so whatever's left on my beauty blender and on the back of my hand, I'll just put it there and make sure everything is just well blended and one tone. Another good thing about this concealer is that it does not crease, especially if you have very dry under eyes like me and a lot of fine lines. Usually concealers settle into my fine lines. This concealer does not do that, so I really love this concealer for that. So now I'm going to use another really nice product from Huda Beauty. This is the Tantour, and I think she has covered all skin tones with this product. I'm using the shade Light, and you need the tiniest bit to apply for your entire face. I like to take my e.l.f. stipple brush, take a little bit, contour just a little bit, and bronze at the same time. I'm not a big contour fan, but I think Huda Beauty loves contouring. And because this is a Huda Beauty tutorial, I want to follow Huda Beauty's style, even though it's not my style at all. I feel like she puts way too much makeup. That's just personal opinion. You can disagree with me. I think she doesn't need that much, but she does a lot of Instagram makeup, and I love this contour. I mean, look at that. It gives the most natural looking contour. At the same time, it's so full, like glam. It's super glam. I have a somewhat large forehead, but I'm not like unhappy with my forehead shape. I'm quite happy with it. I feel like it's a little bit high, so I like to shorten it a little bit. And my chin is pointy, so I like to contour my chin. And the jaw, I have a double chin. Like I said, Huda Beauty loves contour, so I'm going to contour my nose. I'm using a brush, a Morphe. This is E47. Contouring my nose just looking straight. You have to look straight in the mirror and then draw 2 lines as close as possible to the bridge. When I say close as possible, you can't go like here. It has to be realistic looking. And I like to blend the nose contour with my finger. So Huda has not released a blush yet. I'm going to use a lipstick, and this is the lipstick I'm going to use. This is a limited edition one that came out sometime back. You can use any lipstick, something bright, I guess. I have never used this as a blush before, so I'm really like scared. But I'm going to put this on the back of my hand first. Very bright color. It's one of my favorite colors, and I like to take a little bit with my finger. Ooh, okay. And just lightly tap it on the apples of the cheeks. I think that's a pretty color. It goes with the red top. So before you set your face with powders, you have to make sure that you use all the cream things. And I'm going to use a 3D highlighter palette for my highlight. I'm going to be using this shade right here. Again, I like to put it in the back of my hand because Huda Beauty products are very pigmented. You don't want to put too much, especially for daytime. So I like to take this and put it on the high points. You can see it's still quite bright, but it's looking a lot more natural this way than directly putting it on the skin or your face. I love how glowing that is. Some people don't like highlighters. It's totally fine. Like sometimes people misunderstand the whole highlight concept. Highlight, if you place it strategically, it will not make you look oily. When it's like all over highlight, then you look oily. But when it's just on the high parts of your face, like this, you can see the rest of my face is not that shiny. So it's just over here. It gives beautiful, like healthier look. Now I'm going to take the bottom of the beauty blender and blend this blush. I always call this beauty blender, but it's really not the beauty blender. This is the Wonder Blender from AOA Beauty. Okay, so I did my eyebrows off the camera because she does not have a brow product released, and she doesn't have mascara too, so those products I will do off the camera. And if you want to know the products I used, I actually used the ABH Duo powder, the brow powder in granite. I wanted a slightly blackish eyebrow this time. I usually go for like dark brown, but you know, Huda is extra, so I wanted to go a little extra with my eyebrows, and I put a dark, I mean it's black basically, it's granite. And I primed my eyelids too. She doesn't have an eyeshadow primer, but there is a concealer in the Nudes palette. I'm not a big fan of that, so I just put my NYX eyeshadow primer, which is one of my favorites. Before I do my eyeshadow, I'm going to bake my under eyes. So another product that I really like from the Huda Beauty brand, it's being used and abused, as you can see, is the Easy Bake loose powder. So to bake, you have to take a lot of powder, and you can bake with a brush or a sponge. So I'm using the same sponge for this. She has some brushes, if I'm not mistaken, but they're so pricey. I mean, you can just do a lot of things with just $1. I'm going a little crazy because this is how Huda does her makeup. Usually I don't bake my under eyes. One thing I've noticed about the Huda Beauty Easy Bake is that if you keep it for too long, it gets a little weird. Like especially if you use the shade Blondie, which is a very yellow based shade, great for darker skin tones. So this is Banana Bread and this is Blondie, so you can see side by side. This one tends to get a bit too yellow under the eyes if you keep it for too long. And even this one, it's not translucent, so you will get a little bit of color if you keep it for too long. So for me, because I have dry skin, I have to get rid of it like now. So for me, it's enough of baking. If you have oily skin, you can keep it for a little bit long. So make sure you use a soft fluffy brush, something like this. This is a Fenty powder brush. Now I like to put some more highlight, and this time I'm going with this shade right here because Huda likes it extra. Like I said before, I will put extra. For my eyes, I'm going to use Desert Dusk palette. I actually used this shade yesterday when I went out, and I put it on my stories and I asked whether you guys love it, and so many of you love that makeup look, and so many of you requested me to create the same thing for a tutorial. So I'm going to use this color, so it's going to be a more reddish eyeshadow look. First I'm going to create a nice transition shade, and I'm going to start with this color right here. And next I'm going to take Amber. And now I will take Turkish Delight. I'm taking the same flat definer brush that I used in my previous video, and I'm taking the shade Oud, which is this one. The same thing on the upper lash line as well. Now I'm taking this shade, which is Celestial. And I'm taking Nefertiti. So I'm going to do the mascara. I'm not going to put any liner today. I will do the mascara, and I will also use some Huda Beauty lashes. Now these, I think, were the first batch she released, so the packaging is the old packaging. These are Samantha lashes. I got these from Dubai, and these are super heavy. I don't know how people wear these all day long. Very dramatic, but because this is a full face of Huda Beauty, I will wear these too. Okay, so here we go. I have the Huda Beauty Samantha lashes. They are number 7 lashes, and well, I got these lashes 4 years ago, and I wore it a couple of times because it's quite heavy. I didn't wear it a lot. You can reuse them quite a few times, and they're still in very good condition, so it's actually worth the price. And the heaviness is something that you have to get used to. You will get used to it in about 5-10 minutes, then you kind of forget about the weight. This is such a Huda Beauty look. Now to complete the look, I'm going to put the lipstick, and I love her lip contours, also known as lip liners. I'm using the shade Trendsetter. Because the eyeshadow is quite heavy, I'm going to go in with a neutral color, and I'm using one of their best sellers, Bombshell. Okay, so the look is complete now. She does have a resting boss face. Yeah, she has a setting spray. I didn't buy that because I'm so happy with my MAC Fix Plus and Urban Decay All Nighter. And I also didn't want to buy that because a lot of people said it has a very heavy scent. as usual with all Huda Beauty products. So I don't have that one, but this is the full face of Huda Beauty. I actually like it. It's heavy, it's not something I would wear every day, but it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I think with the lenses it gives a very Huda Beauty vibe. So many people asked me about my lenses too. I got them from Vision Care. It was 4,000 rupees and the shade is grey. The brand is Bombshell. I hope I'm saying it right because it's not an English word. Anyway, I don't pronounce English words right all the time too. So sorry if I mispronounce that. Yeah, this is the look. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like this look. Let me know what you think. I'll see you soon.